Oh, aloha, kakehaka. Sorry, I'm beginning again. This is Master Ginamusetti. Thank you so much for joining me here today on Happy Mondays. I'm not too sure what happened there with the recording. But talking about balancing our emotions today. And we have so many videos on demand that are available on our website, drsha.com. That's DRSHA.com. And if you don't know me, my name is Master Ginamusetti, and I am a student of Dr. and Master Zhigang Sha and a teacher here at the Master Sha Tao Academy. So today we're talking about balancing emotions, and we have, I think it's 6 different video on demands that are available today wherever you are in the world in your time zone for 24 hours at 50% off. These videos are never very expensive, so you can always order them at any time at the regular rate. I order them all the time myself because I find these videos very nourishing. Aloha Glenford, aloha Edda, thank you for joining us. And so I was saying before, as I am an acupuncturist, Master Sha is also an acupuncturist and a medical doctor in China and a world-renowned soul healer. And he has been working tirelessly for over 25 years, traveling around the world. And one of these videos, I believe it's the one that is all 5 of the emotions. I think that one was filmed here in Hawaii, if I'm remembering the correct one. And so that makes it even more exciting for me because you get to see our beautiful calligraphy that Master Sha created here in Hawaii, which holds a special place in my heart. And so our basic physiology can be affected by what we call, I'll just say in Chinese medicine, we call it evil qi, which is like unhealthy energy. So you can get this evil qi, unhealthy energy, that's just what we call it in Chinese medicine, from sources outside of yourself, such as too much wind, too much heat, too much dryness, too much dampness, or you can have internal causes. The internal causes are what we call the emotions. We call it the 7 emotions, but they're related to the 5 elements. So, and the third one, I'll just say really quickly, we categorize as neither nor, but what those categories are in general are things that are other, like animals or insects that could bite us or sting us, things like that, like bee stings, snake bites, things like that. But basically the emotional one, and the internal one and the external one are things that can affect all of us. So these videos on demand really help to fortify our internal qi. So Master Sha gives instructions in every single video. I think each one is maybe made up of 6 parts. I didn't go through each one individually today, but I know that for example, the wood one and the fire one, each of those videos is comprised of 6 separate little videos. So you can go through each one slowly, carefully. You can take a break, go water the plants, come back, do another one, stop the video, practice that practice for a few minutes, turn it back on, learn the next part, practice that for a few minutes. It's put together amazingly well. And for our basic emotions, we starting with the wood elements. The wood element is primarily focused on the emotion of anger, but wood also can help us to balance. It's not really an emotion, but it's maybe more of a behavior that some people may have, which is called blaming. So if you tend to blame yourself or you blame others for your circumstances, or you blame God or your parents or whatever, if you do these practices for the wood element, it's listed under the anger, the video on demand for anger. This will also help you to realize we don't need to blame anybody. We can simply practice healing ourselves for whatever it is that's going on in our lives that could be making us feel like we have to blame ourselves or blame others or blame God or blame our DNA or whatever. The next one is the fire element. The fire element is responsible for two primary emotions, which are anxiety and depression. So anxiety and depression are kind of like two sides of the same coin in Chinese medicine. And that becomes evident in, well, what we used to call, I don't even remember what we used to call it, but it's like when you get really hyper and then you get depressed. You remember what I'm talking about. Aloha, Diana. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you for joining us. Oh yes, it used to be called manic depressive. It's called something else now, but basically it's when you get super, super hyper. You have tons of energy, you can run around all day and night doing all sorts of creative things, and then you just absolutely crash. You're in bed for a day or a week or 2 weeks. You can't do anything, you can't think, you're in pain. It's a horrible feeling. So anxiety and depression are both related to the fire element. So if you, or I tell you, these are amazing gifts for friends and family members too. If you have family members who are open to you saying like, hey, I noticed, you might be dealing with a little bit of sadness or depression. Maybe this video could help you. You can sit down with them, practice with them. It's really so precious. The third element is earth. And earth, the primary emotion that we deal with in the earth element is worry. So this is really great for people who tend to over worry about things. And you can, tell if somebody is like an over worrier because we get these lines in our forehead. And so, our little worry lines, and you can really help to transform your worry into, peace, tranquility, positivity through doing the practices on these videos on demand. These videos are so, so helpful. They're really priceless. And for however many days it is that you get on the video on demand, I can't remember if it was 1 or 3 months today, but what I have done in the past and what I like to do is when I get one of these video on demands is I watch it, there's little segments, right? And I feel like what we do slowly over time is what we really, really integrate. So I will use the small little segments and I'll watch the first part and I'm like, okay, great. And then I'm going to sit down and practice that for a few minutes. I watch the second part and then I might need to, start getting ready for the day. And then I'll watch the third part and do that practice for a few minutes. Sometimes people ask me, why do you start work so late in the day? It's because I'm doing all these practices in the morning, because it really helps me to get my energy together, strengthen my energy, smooth my emotions, increase my focus, and have a really great day. So to me, it's really worth it to do these in the morning, even though sometimes I have to get up at early hours. And the fourth one is the metal element. The metal element deals with, again, we have like kind of two emotions, but they go hand in hand, is sadness and grief. So grief is basically a deeper form of sadness. And when we have sadness and grief, like this affected me a lot after my father passed away. I didn't really realize it until I had to have somebody like start helping me with it. But it creates a lot of tension in your intercostal muscles, which is the muscles between your rib cage, the bones of your rib cage. So you can even feel around, you know, on your, I have one sore spot right here right now. You can feel around on different spots in between your ribs and see, especially right here, this is a major point for the lungs, right here above your axillary fold, right here above your underarm, and also right here below your clavicle. So the edge of your clavicle is right here, and then right below that there's a major point for the lungs. If you press on that and it's sore, get this video on demand. I'm telling you, you will start to feel so much brighter and lighter. Your friends, your family members will start going, what are you doing? You seem happier. That's why I titled today's video Happy, Happy, Happy Monday, because really helping to transform and smooth our emotions is all because we want to be happy. Everybody wants to be happy. Everybody wants to feel loved, to be loved, to give love. And then the fifth one is fear. So fear in the physical body, or in the 5-element system, is related to the water element. Fear is one of the deepest emotions in our makeup and can really affect our physical body so deeply. Fear is a natural instinct that we're born with because it helps to keep us safe, right? We feel fear. Our body produces adrenaline from where? From the adrenal glands, right? And then it helps us to fight or flee. But in our modern day world, we're not usually fighting or fleeing. We're usually just sitting at our desk or, you know, whatever it is that you're doing at work. But you're certainly not, probably most cases, not fighting whatever it is that you're fearful of. And you may not even realize that you have a fear. But if you feel, also this is a good one, if you have both of these videos, the one for anxiety and the one for fear, to do the anxiety one and then do the fear one and then do the anxiety one and then do the fear one, because these also help to balance the yin and yang in our body of our fire element, which is part of our heart and resides within our heart chakra, and our water element, which is part of our kidney system and also affects our adrenal glands. So fight or flight, when you, maybe it comes out as like some kind of nervousness. You know, one thing that I have noticed in my practice is that, in my acupuncture practice, is sometimes I'll have a patient and they present in a particular way, you know, things seem to be going pretty well, and I can feel in their pulses like, okay, things seem to be feeling pretty well. In the Chinese medical pulse diagnosis system, basically primarily, it's a very complicated system, but we check all the major organs every time, and then a lot of other things. But basically, you know, if your kidneys are doing pretty well, that's a great sign. And then sometimes I'll notice somebody can be doing fine, and then one day it just like drops out, like they have no kidney chi, no kidney ching, no kidney energy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened to you? Did you get scared? Did you get frightened? Did something happen? No, nothing happened. Oh, well, what did you do this weekend? Not too much. I went to a movie. Oh, really? What movie did you see? Turns out, they saw some horror film and they didn't even realize, but seeing that film drained their kidney chi and kidney ching, which means it drained their energy and has literally physically affected their adrenal glands. And so, oh, okay, well, after you saw the movie, were you feeling like tired for a couple of days? Oh, yeah, you know what? I actually was. I was feeling like really tired for a couple of days. So don't do that. Don't go see horror movies. Don't do things that scare you. Don't watch scary shows on TV. I mean, I know sometimes we like to feel a little bit of adrenaline. I'm guilty of that myself. I like to watch, you know, I like to read vampire novels, but I actually don't read them anymore because I'm always reading like all of Master Shaw's books because it just makes me feel so amazing. Because it really can physically drain you. Okay, so I wanted to just go over one of the practices with everyone today. And when I checked my guidance, the guidance was to offer everybody a little practice for our emotions of anxiety and depression. And but that's really interesting too, now that I just said that, because it just made me think of, you know, if you have any anxiety or depression, I would just urge you, this is not like part of our topic today, but please contact one of your Tao centers. I mean, you have to already be doing Western medicine. We always want to remember Western medicine. Go to your regular therapist or your family therapist, your marriage and family counselor, whoever your favorite therapist is. Do your therapy. But also, please contact one of the Tao centers. We have all the centers around the world are listed on the website at drsha.com. That's DRSHA.com. We have one here in Hawaii. We have, well, we kind of have two. We have another little, center. We have 4 master teachers on Maui. At least we have master teachers on Oahu. And you don't have to necessarily be in person, but you can just talk to somebody over the phone to see if there's, a way that we could really help you in a quicker way to balance your emotions. So I just want to put that out there, because I know that people can really, 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 really be extremely affected by depression and anxiety. Also, sometimes, people can't leave their homes, people can't go to work, it's difficult to take care of the children. So definitely give us a call. You can find all of the centers all around the world, all the teachers, if you're suffering from any kind of anxiety or depression. But let's go ahead and do a quick short little practice so that you can feel the benefits of just doing this little practice. So I'm just going to do a very simple mantra, and I'll explain it a little slowly. It's called Zhi, which is spelled Z-H-I. Zhi, Ya. Ya is Y-A. Yo, Y-O-U. Zhi, Ya, Yo, Dao. Dao is spelled T-A-O, or sometimes it's spelled D-A-O, depending on which pinyin alphabet you're using. Have one hand in front of your heart chakra and one hand below your abdomen. And you can have your hands, a little bit, leave some space in between your hands and your body. In fact, if you have your hand that's in front of your lower abdomen a little bit farther away, it's even more effective. Smile to your heart, relax, have your eyes closed. If you know this chant, you can chant along with me. If not, just listen, receive the benefits and the blessings, and let us say hello. Dear soul, mind, and body of the mantra Zhi Ya Yo Dao, for balancing my anxiety and depression. I love you, honor you, and appreciate you. Please help me to balance my emotions. Thank you. So a say hello greeting can be as simple as that. Sometimes I make it a lot more complicated, but it can be very simple. So just do a simple one if it's new to you, and then I'll start the chant. So singing together if you know. 只要有道，只要有道，只要有道，只要有道，只要有道，只要有道，只要有道，只要有道。One more time. 只要有道，只要有道，只要有道，只要有道。And then place both hands with your palms together in front of your heart. This helps to create a positive energy field for your heart, and it is also a wonderful way of expressing gratitude to the soul world and all the saints that have been called through this mantra. So let us say together, thank you, thank you, thank you, love you, love you, love you. So try out this video on demand for anxiety and depression and let me know what you think. This again can be found at drsha.com. That's DRSHA.com. It's 50% off today, but you can purchase this video on demand any day, and it's a very reasonable price. So check it out and let me know what you think. Until next time, I will see you next Monday. Love you, everyone. Mahalo and ahui ho.